yes, I became Catholic about 6 months ago, and it's wonderful. And but it was a surprise. It was a bit of a surprise. And my father's parents survived Auschwitz, and a lot of their family did not. Basically all of their family did not. And so there's a lot of pain, particularly for him, around our heritage, and he's atheist, and so really his Jewish identity comes down to refusing to be Christian. And so that was my identity for a long time too. That was my Jewish identity for a long time. And I always knew that there was no greater betrayal I could put on him than becoming a Christian. It was the deepest betrayal of our deepest identity, which was the closest thing to his heart. So when I became a Christian, I became Protestant about three and a half years ago. And he took it about as well as I could have imagined. And he said, I love you, let me give you a hug, and let's never talk about it again. We're going to put it in this closet and just not talk about it. And I was actually kind of okay with that because our relationship continued to be fine. But every now and then I'd want to share something, and I'd very gently bring up some kind of spiritual topic, and he would visibly become upset and almost cry, which hardly ever happens, and it was just very obvious, like he really wanted to keep this door shut. So I've been wanting to share my Catholicism with him. I've been unable to. We've been Catholic my wife and I converted about the same time, crazy. But we've been Catholic for about 6 months and weren't able to share that until about 2 or 3 weeks ago when we were at my parents' house. And he just kind of randomly said to us, you know how we don't talk about that thing? I'm pausing that for now because I heard you're Catholic. Tell me how that happened. And so we got to witness to him for an hour or two and tell the story of what had transpired for us over the last year. And it was the first time we'd been able to talk comfortably about my Christianity with him ever. And that certainly felt like a miracle. And it turns out that, he's loved Renaissance art for a long time and knows a lot of which saints are who because of the symbolism in the paintings. So he has a deeper connection to Catholicism than I thought. And now we're able to talk about it. And that's a huge answered prayer and just feels like the biggest relief I could have asked for. So just wanted to share that and say thank you.
The other half. And related to that, we, also known as Leah, but Leah is fine too. Mike and I have been praying for his dad and his grandma and everybody at every Mass. We've been blessed to be able to come to every morning Mass. We've been able to come to every Mass every day, no, not every day, every one Mass a day every day since January 1st when we were confirmed, which has been really cool. And we've been praying for his dad, and it just, I don't know why I'm holding this up here, blew our mind that we were able to talk to him about that. But I'm going to talk about something else. I was raised Free Methodist, completely uninterested in the Catholic Church. I believed all of the bad things I'd ever heard. And when Mike started looking into it, I was not excited. And, we're kind of like not talking about it and everything, and so he's kind of like sneaking off to Mass, and made me feel really weird. And then one night, it happened to be October 1st, St. Therese's feast day. I was having a very emotional night, and I don't even remember what the problem was, but I could not find Jesus. He was not there. And I was panicking, and I asked Mike to pray with me, and he pulls out a rosary, a wooden rosary that I am now wearing around my neck, And he said, here, hold this rosary. And I've never touched a rosary in my life. And I said, all right, I'm sure it won't hurt. And I grabbed hold of it, and I grabbed Mike's hand, and I started praying, Jesus, where are you? And I felt a feminine hand burst through a cloud, grab my hand holding the rosary, and put it through another cloud into Jesus' hand. And then she left. And I'm sitting there holding this rosary, holding Jesus' hand, and he's behind a cloud, but I know it's him. Oh, you were there the whole time, I just couldn't see you. And I was like, Mike, who's the woman on the rosary? Who's this lady? He's like, that's Mary. It's like, she just put my hand in Jesus' hand. And then I went to my first Mass, and it took a little bit, but only like a month until I was like, let's go. And so that was October 1st, and we got confirmed on January 1st. So, yay.